5 Women Now and Then by Lucy Moss and Angharad Ormond. Episode 2. Cathy, Mary Jane, Elizabeth and Lily. Cathy. Peabody Estate, Bethnal Green, London. September 2018.
Come on now. Come on now. Shh. Mummy's here. It's okay, sweetie. Shh, come on. Shh. There we go. Let's not let Daddy hear you. Shh, come on now. Come on. Come on. Please, baby. Shh, come on. Come on now for Mummy. Come on.
Mary Jane, Chelsea, London, February 1883.
Mary Jane,
Marie Jeanette.
if you like, the Duke's coming tonight. Madam just got word. She says wear the black velvet and easy on the rouge. You're to try to look like a lady. Hurry up!
No beauty she doth miss when all her robes are on, but beauty's self she is when all her clothes are gone.
I'm all of us. I'm every girl that ever caught your eye, every woman you turn to watch walk by, every princess in the tower, every goddess in the sky, every whore in a back alley on her knees, every bitch who turned you down, even when you said please. I'm the one who said yes, I'm the one who said no. I'm your first, and I was the last. Mirror, mirror, on the wall, how old was I when I knew the power of a look?
Of my looks.
Old enough to know better.
Maybe,
Too young?
perhaps.
Elizabeth, Torslanda, Sweden, January 1858.
Elizabeth, you must practice your scripture. You will be leaving us soon and going into service, and after service a husband. And no husband wants a wife who does not know how she is supposed to behave. This is what the scripture tells us.
Yes, mother.
So, and where do we learn what is needful to be a good wife?
In school,
In school? For what would you need a school?
so I can learn.
Nothing you can learn in school will be of any use. A woman's role is to be useful. It is to be dutiful. It is to serve her parents, to serve her employer, and to serve her husband. The words are here. Read from the 2nd book of Timothy. Begin at verse 9.
A woman should learn in quietness and full submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. For Adam was formed first, then Eve, and Adam was not the one deceived. It was the woman who was deceived and became a sinner.
You understand, Elizabeth? The woman was deceived and became a sinner. Sin is what you must avoid. For the wages of sin is death. But to continue, how may a woman be saved? What does it say?
But women will be saved through childbearing, if they continue in faith, love and holiness with propriety.
Cathy, Peabody Estate, Bethnal Green, London, September 2019.
All right, sweetie. Let's tidy away these toys then, shall we? Daddy doesn't like mess. Daddy will be home soon. You know he likes a clean house. All right, yeah. Yes, Daddy. Right then. Daddy's here. Quickly. Let's not let him see the mess. Yeah. Daddy doesn't like mess.
Mary Jane, Chelsea, London, August 1884.
Now listen, my dear.
Maddie!
I wouldn't do this for anyone else. But this is your chance, see? Not many of my girls is good enough, but you've always been special to me. You're my best girl.
Maddie, you say that to all your girls?
Well, yes, I do, but fair's fair, you know. I like to keep happy house. Now, about this opportunity I'm offering you.
You're offering me an opportunity?
Watch it, my girl. It's lucky for both of us that you don't use that manner with a gentleman. What's it I always say to you?
Easy on the rouge?
Apart from that.
Silence is golden.
Exactly. So as I was saying, my dear, I have an opportunity for you. A little trip. This is a chance for you to have the top billing. Be the star of the show, the creme de la creme, as it were.
Go on.
Paris. The home of La Belle Vie. Fashion. L'opera.
Did somebody write all of this out for you? You've never been further than Brighton, and that was on a day trip.
Over the girl. Well, no, that's true. But one of our gentlemen has. And he has seen an opportunity that is exactly suited for a girl of your calibre and talents, my duck. He's acquired a bourgeois property in a very well-to-do neighbourhood.
Bourgeois means middle class. I think you mean bijou, which means small and elegant.
Does it? And he approached me to ask if I knew anyone who might be suited to a little sojourn abroad to assist him in establishing a new house.
Indeed.
Indeed he did. Now, we would arrange for your travel to Paris, first class, my dear, no expense spared, and the gentleman would meet you at the station to accompany you over. Because, of course, no gentleman lets a lady travel unescorted.
Or lets an investment go unprotected.
Quite, as you say, my dear.
And if I were to agree?
You leave Friday. Just take a small valise. We'll send the rest on. You ain't got no family you need to write to. No special friends. And any of you regular gentlemen I'll let know, quite like, that you have exploited a very advantageous opportunity on the other side of the channel.
Friday?
Friday.
Elizabeth, Almenvägen, Gothenburg, Sweden, November 1864.
Have you been eating all the cakes, Elizabeth? Your uniform is tight on your belly.
I haven't eaten any cakes at all. Perhaps I'm just getting fatter.
Oh, my sweet Liz. Can't you think what it might be?
Christina? No, I don't know what you mean.
So, my pretty Liz, if no cakes, then what could it be that's put this bun in the oven?
Christina, you're talking in riddles. My duties are upstairs only. I don't do the baking, and I haven't been eating any cakes or buns.
Yes, your duties certainly have been upstairs.
Yes, I am a housemaid.
And you make the beds?
I do make the beds. Yes, Christina.
And sometimes you lie in the beds?
I what?
Sometimes you lie in the beds? Well, in what particular bed?
No, I have never lain in any bed but my own.
Oh, so you did it standing up?
Did what standing up?
Elizabeth, you silly goose. You're not getting fat, but your belly is getting bigger. When did you last bleed?
Well, a week ago I cut my finger.
No, your blood. Your woman's blood. Eve's curse. Your monthlies.
What has that to do with it?
Elizabeth, I think you're going to have a baby.
How can I have a baby? I'm not married.
Elizabeth, have you been alone with him recently? In the last few months? Yes. And did you let him... Did he touch you?
Touch me.
Mary Jane, London to Paris, August 1884.
Friday arrived soon enough, as Madam promised.
Good morning, Miss Kelly. Just the step there.
Good morning, sir.
Voila. You're comfortable?
Yes, very comfortable. Thank you.
Delighted to make your acquaintance, madam. You may call me John Smith.
Imaginative.
Let me carry your case. Stay close. This way. Have a care, sir.
I do apologise, madam.
It's of no consequence.
Train Folkestone is about to depart from platform 2. Platform 2.
Compartment 4. This is us. Please, after you.
First class. Maddie really does keep her promises.
I don't want us to be disturbed. We may have business to discuss. Tea?
Yes, please.
Lunch on the ferry, and then we'll be dining in Paris.
Thank you.
I think you'll find the clientele most pleasant and gentlemanly.
Tickets, please. Thank you, sir, madam. Tickets, please.
It's not the first time I've accompanied a gentleman to Paris, and I'm always rewarded generously. But this time he accompanies me, and I am an associate. The generosity still prevails.
Please, this way. Let us repair to the saloon. An acquaintance of mine is happily also travelling this route. I shall be overjoyed to introduce you.
How delightful. I see you mean to waste no time.
No time like the present, Marie Jeanette. Allow me to introduce my business partner, Mr. Frederick Schultz.
Good afternoon, Mr. Schultz. What an unexpected pleasure.
Call me Fred. Please be seated. And please, do allow me to be so bold. You are quite exquisite.
Is she not? A wonderful asset.
We have only the best secured for your passage, madame. Let us toast to our new business venture together. It is all arranged as planned. He arrives tomorrow.
And he is aware of the situation?
Indeed. Marie Jeanette. You slept peacefully, I hope? It must have been the sea air. We are used to it, of course.
Where are we?
Hurry! The establishment is just around the corner.
Careful now.
I'm able to walk, sir. Not so tight. Please, sir. Loosen your grip.
Please, Marie Jeanette. After you.
Hey? Mr. Schultz? Mr. Smith? Fred? John? Let me out! What's going on? No! Let him go! Don't touch
Lily, Shoreditch, London, November 2019.
A woman walks into a bar. That's it. That's the end of the joke. Small house white, please.
Small house white, coming right up.
You know, my granny told me that in her day, they said that women who went to pubs by themselves were asking for trouble. This is my granny, who smoked until she was 80 and drank a pint of Guinness a day and never cared what anyone thought. I'm named Lily for her. Lily of the Valleys, see? Welsh as a tea cake I am. No, don't laugh. I could have said leek.
There you go.
Cheers. I'm a social worker. Oh, I know. I've heard it all. Bleeding heart liberal, that's me. More snowflakes than Elsa, the social services. But let me unpack it for you. It's bloody hard, this job. Not because of all the cuts, blah, 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 but because nobody can teach you how to stop being you. How to unlearn society. How do you deal with the bit of you that wants people to be grateful? I work late and I work hard, and then I'll do another visit to someone who's in a violent relationship and needs help, and they don't even open the door. And of course I know why. I know what's going on. The guilt and the shame and the love and the need to avoid another beating. But I'm standing there, and sometimes this shameful thought creeps in, like, where's the gratitude? I could be at home with EastEnders or out on a date. As if. But here I am, being told I'm a nosy bitch who should mind her own business. And it's not my business, but I'm making it my business. And how should I talk to people? How can I say I understand how it feels to lose your brother to a gang fight? What words should I use to describe his colour to him? I'm so scared what I'm saying is wrong, that I sound racist, that I'll push him further away, and I'm furious that he won't cooperate with the police and name names. But why should he? What has the police ever done for him? One of my clients, she pisses herself. Not because she can't use the toilet, but because then she won't have to get close to anyone. Nobody can hurt you if you don't let them get close. And you know what? It works. I don't want to get close to her. I don't. Her flat reeks. She reeks. And I feel the anger building in me because she isn't grateful. And she doesn't deserve help. And then I remember that she's human. Like I'm human. That's the job. That's what I signed up for. That's what's hardest about this. Doing the job against the chorus in your head, because you have to believe, I have to believe, that what I do does make a difference. Hope to God it does.
You want a refill?
No, I'm done. Home time.
Cathy, Peabody Estate, Bethnal Green, London, April 2020.
Please stop. How do I make it stop? Why do you say no, you stupid cow? You know not to say no. He hates no.
Next time, just let him. Next time, just let him do it.
A woman should learn in quietness and full submission. She must be quiet.
Elizabeth, Kahuset, Gothenburg, Sweden, March 1865.
Inmate E.G. admitted 30th March 1865. Profession described as house servant. Refused to give name of employer.
She must be quiet.
Age 17. Height 5 foot 2 inches. Estimated 6 months prima gravida. Fetal heartbeat present.
But women will be saved.
Inmate reports fetal movement.
Through childbearing.
Previous symptoms: external genitalia presented macular lesions with overlying chancery exudate. Odour of exudate was persistent and offensive. Symptoms abated after 4 weeks.
She must be quiet.
On physical and internal examination by Herr Persson and Herr Linkvist. Lesions on palms, soles and oral mucosae. Diagnosis: venereal syphilis.
It was the woman who was deceived.
Treatment:
and became a sinner.
Hydroiodic acid, comprising iodine and hydrogen, to be administered orally in solution daily. Inmate to present twice weekly at examination house for physical examination. Inmate advised that failure to attend will result in detention and physical restraint.
A woman should learn in quietness and full submission.
Cathy and Lily, Peabody Estate, Bethnal Green, London, April 2020.
Mrs. Jones? Cathy? Are you in there? Cathy, I'd really like you to answer the door. It's okay, Cathy. It's not an official visit. I was just passing. I brought biscuits. They had 2 for 1 on penguins. Cathy, please. Cathy, look, you've missed a couple of appointments. They'll ask me to discharge you from the service if you don't let us help you. I know what's happening, but you don't have to be scared. There's a shelter. We can find you a bed. He won't find you. Cathy, open the door.
Elizabeth, Flower and Dean Street, Whitechapel, London, September 1888.
There was a scripture before my mother's scripture. It seems there was a God before the God they taught me about. The same, but different. This God brought his people out of Egypt, leaving their old lives, their old existence. And these people, who lost their homes, who have had to build anew, well, that has seemed to give them more charity than the charity of my people. My people had nothing for me. So I thought, I shall find new people. I will leave behind my mistakes, my pain, and I will be a new Elizabeth. Maybe when you have very little, you don't mind sharing, because you know what it's like to have nothing. Ah, listen to me. Talk such megeg. I clean for them, that's what I do. A charwoman.
Mishpoka! That's what you are. Mishpoka, family, not blood, but family in your heart. And because you are Mishpoka, I will teach you how to cook latkes. Very simple, very easy, very good.
Latkes?
You're Susan. Yes, potato cakes, latkes. But oh, they, how you cook them. Like flannel cloth. You must chew forever like a cow.
Mrs. Feldstein.
The truth is always a welcome get, Susanka.
What else do I need to do today?
Oh, so the beds, the linen. Delicious. We need a salad. The floors. Watching the kinder. You will ask if you are not sure, isn't that so? You have such a way with the kinder. They tell me you sing to them. But none of your own, huh?
No, I cannot. I lost my baby, and since then...
Oh, Elizabeth, I am so sorry. You think me a yenta. That is hard to lose a child. We women know these stories. I will say a miss about it for you. Now, don't tire yourself, Zizinka. And if you are not sure what is kosher, you ask me.
Yes, Mrs. Feldstein, thank you. There is work that is always available to women. Until you are too old, too tired, too used up. Work that makes you invisible even to yourself. What my mother trained me for.
Cathy and Lily, a small independent cafe in Whitechapel, London.
Cathy,
Lily.
July 2021.
they're yours. Your own place. Here, catch. You can move in whenever you want. You're free. I'll pop round tomorrow, see how you've settled in. I'll bring the penguins. Excuse me. I have to get this. See you tomorrow. Hello? Lily speaking. Okay, slow down. Where are you? I'm coming now.
Mary Jane, Ratcliffe Highway, Whitechapel, London, November 1888.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Take a long, hard look at yourself.
And what do you see?
Fairest of them all?
Did you learn nothing from Paris?
From Chelsea to Whitechapel.
Via Paris.
Looks fit for the swells of the city, and now for a sailor from the swells of the sea.
They do say pride comes before a fall. And look what I fell for. Clever girl like me. You would have thought I'd known better. But, alors, regardez-vous what happens when you start believing what the mirror says, what your pimps say, what the paying customers say, that you're the fairest one of all. What happened to the Queen in Snow White's fairy tale? No one ever remembers, do they? The Queen got too sure of herself, and then, poof, she was gone, and nobody ever saw her again. No point looking in the mirror unless the lighting's dim and there's drink taken. Then you can still fool yourself that you're in Chelsea, not in some East End gin palace, calling yourself Marie Jeanette and keeping a low profile and even lower standards. How did I get out? Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies. After all, didn't I learn that silence is golden? That was a lesson my daddy taught me too, and me mammy. None so silent as the grave.
Oi, Mary Janet!
Marie Jeanette!
Oh, she's French and I'm the Queen of Sheba. Whatever your name is, the Serica's just docked. That's 23 sailors with their pay in their pockets and a thirst for company at the Queen's Head. You coming or what? Freeze your cheeks, freeze your nipples, freeze whatever you got.
Just touching up. I'll see you there. Mirror, mirror, on the wall. Scenes of my childhood arise before my gaze, bringing recollections of bygone happy days. When down in the meadow in childhood I would roam, no one's left to cheer me now, within that good old home. Father and mother, they have passed away. Sister and brother now lay beneath the clay. But while life does remain, to cheer me I'll retain this small violet I plucked from mother's grave.
The body of Mary Jane Kelly
was found in her lodgings at Miller's Court, Whitechapel, November 9th, 1888.
The body of Elizabeth Stride
was found in Dutfield's Yard, Whitechapel, September 30th, 1888.
In episode 2 of 5 Women, Now and Then, the part of Elizabeth was played by Deborah Ross, Mary Jane and Cathy by B. Collett Bell, and Lily by Arabella Hornby. The narrator was Rosanna Preston. Other parts were played by Stephen Brasher, Lynn Davis, Colin Guthrie, Vivian Shaw, Martin South, and members of the company. The music was written and performed by Rosie Hayes, Kasha Sikora Black, B. Collett Bell, and Colin Guthrie. The assistant director was Sarah Relton, musical director Rosie Hayes, and sound design was by Colin Guthrie. 5 Women, Now and Then was written by Lucy Moss and Angharad Ormond, with additional material by members of the company. It was produced by the Tower Theatre Company and directed by Angharad Ormond.